All right, so it's 7:59 a.m. Okay, that's clear. And I'm off to the gym. I got up at 6 something. I let myself sleep in. I'm supposed to meet the owner of one of the companies today to pick up the books for the class I'm teaching from tomorrow. The ones where, I don't like the secretaries. He said he would call me yesterday, text me yesterday or today, being tomorrow, when to meet today. So far, no answer from him. I'm off to the gym. I got my things I need to do. But it was very difficult getting up because, sleeping more doesn't usually help. It gets my circadian rhythm off. So I have my pre-workout with me. I took 1 caffeine, trying to keep it slow to kind of ease into feeling better. It's also fatigue, I guess, But I'd rather go to the gym and do light stuff, keep me in the routine. It's always like that. Every year it's like that. I was sick for a few months. I have to be careful around the month where all the illnesses happen. But anyways, I'm walking very slowly because I'm wearing the toe spacers, which originally did not bother me when I put them on at home. It's like they're stretching out or I'm getting used to them. I'm feeling them now, but also my right foot was pretty decent. Someone came up to me behind me to ask me she said, "Can you help me?" And I said, "I can't even help myself, as you obviously see. I'm on the verge, the same thing as everyone else. I'm around it every day. I see where I can go to. This is crack alley." My right foot was pretty decent. My left foot, no. The toe doesn't. I have more problems spreading my toe, These are construction people here. But anyways, spreading my toe, and so that's why it's hurting, because I'm not able to use it properly, and the knee hurts, and yada, yada, yada. So, just keep at it, and keep modifying as needed. And as they say, just put one foot in front of the other, will your muscles to move, to do stuff, continue with life. I was watching the movie yesterday. The movie was with Lindsay Lohan, I Know Who Killed Me, because I have them all recorded on my hard drive, because I don't have internet. Which is why I have to go to the library again. I guess I gotta get used to the library because that's where a lot of homeless people go. There was a guy, when I was there the other day, sleeping next to me. It's just a way to pass the time without being outside in the cold. But anyways, so the movie, I won't describe what it's about, but one of the police in the movie the detectives was like, how did she survive? I guess the will to live. So that being said, keeping my toe spacers on. Because I am improving. But it's like I'm improving and then I'm regressing, improving, regressing, find something different, a little bit more improvement, regressing, improvement, regressing, stop for a bit, go back to it. Like that is fucking everything. See the good in what I'm doing for this, the benefits, my toes, I'm able to walk better, but then they cut the circulation off, so adjust the time, yada, yada, yada. Get a better model. So it's 10:46 a.m. I got out of the gym. I spent about an hour and a half weighted stretching, Was very tired, very out of it. And then finally, I wanted to do a little bit more, but I was also coordinating meeting the owner of the company I don't like. But if I have to deal with him, it's better because he doesn't. He hasn't let his mask down yet towards me. He did leave it down when he saw that people were putting weird batteries in AEDs and stuff like that. I got a little glimpse, you know. But at least he's accommodating, so that's all that matters. But I feel like it was a good day because I can't even go on the sidewalk without traffic, you know. So I like kind of a day like this because I was at the right place doing a lot of stretches. I'm tight all over. I was going to do some weights, but like one set. I did a weight, some calf soleus. I upped the weight because I did less repetitions. And I like that I'm able to kind of do that to allow for my recovery, but keep stretching in there. And I'm forced to doing it, so that's a good thing. Now I'm off to Walmart before I go to meet the guy who will give me a heads up as to when to meet. And hopefully I could buy HDMI cables I need at Best Buy also. And get to the library to do the internet work I need. At least that. You know, we will see. Some good news. It's 11:46. I have to meet the guy to get the books still, but I got a call from the woman I don't like working there regarding tomorrow they canceled. And I happen to have the 16th open because I had canceled that with the other person because of her mask coming off, right? And I'm like, she calls me, she says, is the 16th still available? And then I reply, because I was doing too many days in a row. I'm like, no, I'm not. So we scheduled it for next month. But I had it open, so when she called, can you call me back? I just got out of Walmart, got some stuff, food, and Nivea and all that stuff. And I said, yeah. I called her right back, because I'm like, and she said the 16th, and I'm like, yep, I have it. So I have tomorrow off, and I have the 16th. So that takes a lot of pressure off today. I don't have to go get the adapter. I can go home or meet the guy. But you know what I'm going to anyways, even though what I'm carrying is heavy and the other bag's going to be heavy, but at least I can go home, relax, possibly take care of my internet problem, or go to the library. No problem for the next day, you know what I mean? So, because apparently it's going to be very snowing tomorrow, very cold, and there's only like a few people signed up. So, good. And I know they do have last minute cancellations, that company, except for the other type of class. But anyways, good times. I don't have internet, but I could still do these Instagrams, these videos, and use it on YouTube. Even though it says I have internet, I don't have internet. But anyways, I just got emails because I checked my emails going on data. I'm not on data anymore, but one of the workshops, it was a gay workshop, and I had a few problems with it, and I had left. I had transferred some documents to myself through email about anger so I could read them. And then I get an email from the guy who led the workshops, who's a social worker, and he says, oh, it's been 7 years. Oh, tell me where your gym and your massage therapy is. It's like, that's what I've been doing for the decades. It's like, there was nothing in the email that said that except for my email name. And I had to rewrite him, and I was stressed. And I was writing him, oh, it's a mistake because I transferred some to my to my email again, so it'd be top of mind, so I could read the documents. And Google sent to both of us, which was weird. I didn't do a sent to reply to all, and there was nothing written in the email. It was just his email from many years ago. And then he says like, oh, I wonder where's your gym located at, and I'm like, And I'm like thinking, there's nothing written in that. Why would you send me an email like that? That was just so weird. And the reason I left was because you were weird. There were two situations. And I'm like thinking, is that a door open for me to go back? Because I was thinking of going back if he wasn't working there, to try again. I'm at a crossroads, I got cut off. I don't know what to do about that, and I'm stressed now. And then I get, of course, another email from the orderly place with a bill for like about $9,000. I'm like, good luck in trying to get it. I have no money. The government took it all. And I'm like thinking this is going to go to small claims court or something. I don't know what's going to happen to it. So I don't know what to do about that. I'm not going to answer it. When you feel helpless and you don't know who to turn to, I don't know. A lawyer, I can't even get a lawyer for my government problems. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, when you feel like you're getting more and more in a trap, I'm way beyond the trap. I just don't care anymore. I stopped caring a long time ago. It's like a summer of hopelessness. Let everyone do what they want. I don't give a fuck anymore. The thing that really bothers me about the email from the guy, the social worker, from the place that I left, it was like gay groups, is that it creates shame in me that I have to go to him and say, no, my life is not better. And first of all, you didn't know that I was doing that for a long time. It's like, first of all, why do you think this is something new? This is what I was getting out of. And then I have to come to shame and come to you and say, no, my problems are worse since 7 years ago. What are you talking about? You know? So basically the door is closed for me to go back. Now I just figured out what happened. That means this asshole took my email and looked at my website, which is still up. It's been up since forever. I'm trying to update it. I haven't had time to update it, and he's taking that as that it's a new project. What a creep. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to do a little bit of work. And I was checking emails, and the guy, that social worker, was contacting me again. He didn't get it. He said, well, tell me where you're located so I can at least refer people. And he's talking about my gym. And that was the reason I was going there. I lost the gym and lost other businesses. So I had to reply to him, I lost in 2017. And then he replies, oh, okay, I didn't know. Sorry. And then when you start off with this, that was the reason why I left, because he was an idiot. You know? We're not friends. We're not like on that relationship. Why are you hitting me up like that? Okay, I could see where you see that if I sent you an email out of the blue, but there was nothing written in it. So I really don't know how to handle this. I'm like thinking to look for a therapist to talk to. I need someone to talk to about this. It wouldn't be him, and I don't want to write him a message saying, do you still give the workshops? Is there anyone else who can give it? I don't want to be mean like that. I mean, I'm thinking maybe because I transferred that email with the anger article, which I wanted to read, maybe it's a test to deal with idiots. Or maybe it's just I just don't like idiots. You know what I mean? I don't like how he handled a few things. 2 things specifically. The drug addict who was harassing me and calling me, and I had to block him. And then he said that he was waiting for me to come to him. You know? And then when I mentioned that there was a picture that was me that he was using as an exercise to pick it, he says, that's you? It was a picture of a local gay magazine. And both those times were like disrespectful. Maybe it's because he's French. I don't know. Like, French people tend to be very rude, and apparently it's for sport in France, right? But why the fuck are they coming here? They're coming here because they don't fucking like it. You know? And so that was why I left. Well, it was just the whole. I went one more session, whatever. Then I just couldn't take it. I just left. I was like, I don't feel comfortable here. It's not a place where I'm going to grow and improve myself and open up, because I don't feel protected. I don't feel, what the fuck is he doing there? He's running the class, but not really. That reminds me, there was another type of therapy type class I took at another place, which I don't go to anymore just because I didn't feel, again, I don't fit in. But I stayed for a couple of years, right? And there was this other woman who I was talking to, and she had hypersensitive disorder, right? And she was talking about this one guy who was one of the teachers, right? I didn't have any problems with him. I think there was one problem after our conversations, and then afterwards he said something that we regulated that, we fixed that or whatever. I'm like, didn't fix anything, but and then he soon left after that. He had like a burnout. That guy was a fucking idiot. And she was saying he was a fucking idiot. And I was like, I don't know him that much. I wasn't validating. I just didn't know. But then after I'm no longer in contact with her. She stopped going. But yeah, it was one thing realizing when there was a situation where he was talking about passive aggressiveness in his class or whatever. And then he was arguing on the fact that what it was, when I said another definition of what it was, I was like, this is fucking crazy, Looking back on it, it's like really crazy how it's worse than fatal attraction, you know what I mean? Like the psychologist in Fatal Attraction 2 or whatever, he ended up being such a psychopath, right? It's a weird profession. I think this guy was only a social worker, or maybe he had a psychology undergrad. And then as I'm realizing this, as I'm talking, I realize the first therapy class I went to, it was like a recovery type class where people just talk. It's not a 10, 12-step program, and the person wasn't a therapist. It was just someone who had gone to Recovery International, which I tried afterwards until I got sick of people whining. But I read their emails, which is helpful, but anyway, so this woman, it ended up falling apart because she couldn't give people enough time. There were too many people, and it felt like I didn't feel like I was being listened to. And I was like, I'm going somewhere else, And when I had a meetup class for walking, one of the women who was in it with me one time, she came to my walking meetup, and she's like, she's not a therapist. Like, she was saying how bad she was, and I was like, I don't know. Because honestly, I didn't know. I didn't know enough to know. So I can't have an opinion either way. Looking back on it, I was like, ugh. Well, I knew it kind of sucked when I first went there because I was in LA and went to my first therapy there, which was eons better. But, So, what I do like about the men's group that I go to every now and again on Thursday, I mean, I don't care for the guy as I made my decision now. I had seen them on the gay apps and all that, and I'm on this Instagram. Well, you're not going to see this Instagram, but I have a private, anonymous Instagram which follows him. But other than that, I don't really care about him as I'm making my decision. And there's another intern who I really don't care, who doesn't have a personality, but just someone who leads the group. That's not the point. It's everyone else in the group. But at least this guy made a point when I wasn't talking, that he made a point to the group that no one is obliged to talk. You don't have to force someone, whatever. And so at least that was cool and on point, right? Because a couple of people, one guy who I kind of find cute, but he's, he's nice. But I don't even talk to him. It's just, I like a few of the people, but I honestly think it's better for me to just not talk there, just to stay and listen and just get myself out of out of the house or whatever. That's the whole point of it. When I had that interview with Chantal, to do that is to just keep it light, and I think that's a good thing. Whereas other people want to put politics and all that, and the guy I found cute, is like, was kind of coaxing me to kind of talk, and I'm like, I don't. I mean, I'm not angry. I'm just like, I don't have anything to say, But when they ask me about my name and all that, I just talk about it, So I still want to go. So I understand that that's the environment I kind of need, so I can open up and maybe connect with other people and see who I could connect. There's a couple of people I really like. There's two, I think. Off the top of my head, I think there's two, which I'm like, well, he wasn't there last time, but one of them was. He's very into philosophy and stuff like that. And I think that there could be some good conversations. And so I've been there a total of about 5 times. So I think that's cool. I don't know if I'm going to force it, but I'm very attentive, and we'll see what happens. I don't know where to go from there. I don't want to make it so that I don't come again. Like, as you see, I don't want to go to this fucking idiot's workshop. And I was thinking about going to the other one that I stopped going to, start over, but it's just classes. You know what I mean? I did everything I need to do. I don't want to do anything else with them. But the idiot, is gone from there. I think it's making sense to me. I have a bullshit detector. I have people who are not. I need time to know who's safe to talk to, who's not safe to talk to, and to ensure that I will be going there, having longer term relationships. And it's hard for me to do that. Yeah. So although I work Friday, Thursday I teach. I'm going to see if I can go there after work. Depending how long my work is, because it's at the community center. Or just go home, grab stuff and go. I might want to do that. We'll see how it goes. And then not go to the gym on Friday. Yeah. Good talk.